So poultry is perhaps the most extensively studied species group when it comes to BSF meal as a feed ingredient, and for a good reason. Both broilers and laying hens have high protein requirements and are sensitive to ingredient quality, making them excellent test cases. So there are some literatures, including reviews by Marono et al., consistently shows that BSF meal can partially replace soybean meal or fish meal in poultry diets without major negative effects on performance when used at appropriate levels. And reported benefits include acceptable growth performance in broilers, comparable to our slightly below conventional diets at moderate inclusion, good feed conversion ratios in several studies, improved egg traits in some layer studies, including egg weight and shell thickness, which may be linked to BSF's mineral content, particularly calcium. Gut health support, interestingly, the lauric acid, naturally found in BSF lipids, has known antimicrobial properties, and chitin from the exoskeleton may act as a prebiotic, stimulating beneficial gut microbiota. And I want to emphasize, most of this direct feeding evidence is from larval BSF meal. However, it provides the scientific framework for expecting similar, no, and in some cases, potentially better outcomes from adult meal, given its higher protein content. That said, not all inclusion levels are equal. So let's look at the performance inclusion trade-offs that producers and nutritionists need to know. So while the case for BSF meal in poultry is promising, the practical reality requires careful formulation. The literature consistently points to one critical parameter, the inclusion level. No? Studies reported in MDPI reviews suggest that 5 to 10% BSF meal inclusion in poultry diets, no, tends to produce workable results, meaning acceptable or even improved performance compared to control diets. And this is a relatively conservative level, no, similar to where other novel protein sources like duckweed meal or insect-based ingredients tend to perform best. At higher inclusion levels, several studies have reported negative effects, reduced gut velus, height, and altered intestinal morphology, an indicator of digestive stress, lower body weight gains in broilers, decreased feed intake in some cases, and these effects are largely attributed to the chitin content of BSF, exoskeleton, and the associated fiber load, no? Which monogastric animals like poultry are not well equipped to digest. Poultry lack chitinase enzyme in sufficient quantities to break down chitin efficiently. So the practical take-home message now is for poultry nutritionists is clear. BSF meal is a useful ingredient at the right dose, but it is not a direct drop-in replacement at high levels without formulation adjustments or processing modifications such as defatting or chitin reduction. Now let's step beyond poultry and consider how BSF meal might fit into livestock diets, particularly for pigs and ruminants. So beyond poultry, BSF-derived ingredients have been explored in several livestock systems, including swine and ruminants, though the evidence base is somewhat thinner compared to poultry. In ruminant feeding systems, BSF ingredients have appeared in milk replacers for young calves, creep feeds for lambs and piglets, and concentrate mixers. So ruminants have a natural advantage here because their rumen microbiota can ferment fibrous and chitin-containing materials that would be problematic for monogastrics, potentially making them better suited to tolerate higher BSF inclusion. Reported benefits in ruminant studies include adequate nutrient supply, and some studies have noted possible functional benefits, including antimicrobial effects related to lauric acid, and BSF-derived lipids as well as potentially microbiome, no, modulating effects that could influence gut health and feed efficiency. In pig feeding, BSF meal has been studied as a soybean meal replacer with generally positive results at moderate inclusion levels. So some trials have shown comparable growth performance, good digestibility of protein fractions, and no adverse health effects. However, I want to be balanced here. No, digestibility remains a key constraint, especially for the chitin-bound nitrogen fraction, and the economics of BSF production at scale are still being worked out in many regions. So it's a promising ingredient but not yet a universal solution. Okay. So before we conclude, it's important to honestly address the anti-nutritional factors and limitation that would affect the real-world use of BSF adult meal. No, so scientifically credibility requires us to discuss not just the potential of BSF adult meal, but also its just or its real and acknowledged limitation. No, and the most significant anti-nutritional factor is chitin, the structural polysaccharide that forms the insect exoskeleton. So chitin reduces nutrient digestibility in monogastric animals because it physically encapsulates protein and fat, making them accessible to digestive enzymes. So this is why the NDF matters so much. No, high fiber fractions signal potential digestibility constraints. So a second major consideration is compositional variability. So BSF composition is not fixed. It's it changes with life stage. No? So as we discussed, the adult meal is or the adult meal is compositionally different from larval meal. So processing method, drying temperature, defatting, and milling all affect the final nutrient content. Then the third one, the adult specific feeding data gap is real. We have good composition data pointing to the adult stage being protein rich, but we have fewer controlled feeding trials, specifically using adult meal compared to the extensive larval literature. So this is the frontier where research is needed. Finally, cost and scalability remain practical barriers in some regions. BSF production infrastructure is growing rapidly, but it's not yet universally available or economically optimal everywhere. So let's bring it all together in the conclusion. So to close, let me summarize what we've covered and what it means. So black soldier fly adult or adult meal is a scientifically compelling alternative feed ingredient. No? And based on the published life cycle literature, the adult stage appears to be particularly protein rich, reaching up to 57.6% crude protein, no, in post-mortem adults, which is higher than many larval stage values. So this is the result of fat mobilization during metamorphosis, leaving a protein concentrated residue in the adult insect. So the practical applications are real, but conditional. In poultry, BSF-derived meal can support acceptable growth and production at moderate inclusion levels of around 5 to 10%. In livestock, particularly ruminants and pigs, the ingredient shows promise through species and appropriate formulation and digestibility corrections are necessary. Okay, so I close with this. Black soldier adult meal has strong potential as a sustainable feed ingredient, but its successful use depends on accurate laboratory characterization and species appropriate diet formulation. All right. So that's all for the black soldier fly, and I hope that we've learned something from this discussion or sharing, no, about the black soldier fly adult. Okay. So thank you very much, and good day once again.